Like studying
Yeah.
mediumship for me was very tough because it took me a long time I had to study with many different cultures, many different people, and it took me a long time to get over the fact that is this me or is this them?
Hmm.
Is this me? Is this them? And it wasn't that I didn't trust it. It was that I needed to be sure because I wasn't going to go public until I was sure. And it wasn't until I had physical contact. So that's what helped me. I actually had physical contact with the spirit world. And that's what helped me push my mediumship. I actually got to see my mother in with my eyes form over
Yeah.
someone. I got to see my mother. I got to see things that physically happened in front of me. I got to experience
So when you say
of
that you
things
saw your
happening.
mother form over someone, were other people able to see her also, or was it just you?
So what happened was, I'll tell you what happened. I was at Arthur Findlay College in Stansted, England. I was there with another medium who kind of told me about it, and a friend of his. It was a female, and she was a healer. She wasn't even a medium. And we were sitting there while standing outside talking, and she kept saying, I don't remember. I feel like I got somebody with me. She goes, but my shoulder keeps hurting me. She goes, my shoulder keeps hurting me. She goes, it's hurt me back. I said, I think this is you. I said, I understand. I think it's my mother because my mother used to always blame me for giving her bursitis in her shoulder because she used to whoop me so much. She did. And she says, well, make it stop because she's really hurting me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I finally said to her, when I said at her, mother, make it stop, a black and white like TV screen went over her face. And my mother's face went over her face. And that was like was really weird. And then the pain stopped and went away.
Wow.
It was weird.
Yeah.
So it was like, I was like, damn, I was like, I was like, I was just like, my mouth just went like I was just like floored. And, so there was a few things like that happened. And I think, and then when I was also there at Arthur Findlay, that's when I was able to see my guide, and I could see him, and I pushed him out, and hundred or so people saw that guy
Mm-hmm.
pop out of me, like, and
Oh,
told me about
wow.
it.
Okay.
So I'm able to push, and I've done this a few times, push a spirit from my body out so people could see him
That's
with the
neat.
naked eye.
Yeah.
So I can do that too. So it wasn't until, and I didn't know I had those abilities. Like I had no idea that I had those abilities until I went to Arthur Findlay.
I need to go there
And so,
because everyone has different abilities.
well, no, we all have the same. It's
Well,
just
the
that
same, but some
we're
are
all in.
stronger
The thing is, we're all in different levels of consciousness, and so we're all in different levels of our right brain. And so it just you can do any of those things. It's just getting to that level and trusting it.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I was there that I realized that I had those things. And I'll never forget. I was there with this other medium, and he was a gay guy, and I didn't even know, barely knew what a medium was at that point. I had been studying, and I met mediums. I knew what mental mediumship was, but I really didn't know a whole lot. And I was when I we were doing this exercise, and where we all went into like a trance state, and everybody was supposed to like just speak, like it was for like direct voice. You just
Mm-hmm.
when spirit moves you, you speak. And people were like saying things like talking about world peace. They all sound like Miss America, world peace, and
Yes.
this and that. And out of my mouth, I said something like, Harry, get the damn flowers off the bed. And people looked at me like, what's wrong with him? This dude just
Yeah.
said, damn, like what spirit would say that? And the instructor walked over to me, and it was like, you were going to do remarkable things. And I'm like, why? And I had no idea. But apparently there was he knew another medium named Harry that I knew nothing about because I didn't know any mediums, who was living with the other guy that I mentioned, whose that
Mm-hmm.
incident must have happened. And I spit it out,
Wait.
and he looked at me and he said, Mr. Patrick, in front of everybody, you're going to be a physical medium. I'm like, what the hell's a physical medium? I didn't even know what a physical medium was. And my little gay friend ran over, like, all excited. Ooh. Like,
Yes.
he goes, he told you going to be a physical medium. That's like Christ coming off the cross and telling you. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, what the hell?
What does this
I said,
mean?
what the F is a physical medium? I have no idea. So like that was like, that is a true story. And then that's when, then he wanted to put me into Gordon Higginson's, this is how I got to know Scott. He wanted to put me in Gordon Higginson's cabinet, but Scott had done a couple of seances in Gordon Higginson's cabinet and then had to go off. So he took the cabinet and split before this tutor could put me in the cabinet. So he was like, damn, Scott. And then instead he put me in a chair in front of in the church. Or it's called it's a sanctuary, but it looks like a church. And it was full of everyone. He put me in a chair in front of everybody. And that's when he put me down and I pushed that spirit out that they all saw. And so, because he knew he could do that.
Intense.
He knew he could do that with me.
Yeah, that's intense.
So.
Yeah. I just want to heal animals.
So. And I was like, I still, and you do this, but I can't do it on demand. I've done it a few times, but I have to for me to push him out, I have to get to a certain level in trance. And I guess for me to do it on demand, I would have to practice trance more. I would like to practice trance one-on-one with Scott, but Scott's too busy. So I could get down to that level and be able to do it on a regular basis and push him out so other people can see him. Scott's seen him. I pushed him out in Scott's class when Scott had me down.
Have they filmed this happening? Because are you able to see it yourself?
I see it when my eyes are closed and I can tell when he walks out.
Okay.
But my eyes are closed because I'm in trance. But I can tell he's there.
Yeah.
But I don't. But
I
can tell you what he does. Like I can tell you the action. Like when Scott had me in the medium cabinet and I was out in trance. I saw him come out of me, and I saw him go to the center of the room.
Okay.
And I'm in a cabinet with the curtains closed, but I saw him go through the cabinet. I saw him go to the center of the room, and I saw him nod at all the students in the room. And Scott said, "Did you see the Chinese guy with the long beard come to the center and nod at everybody?" He didn't realize it came from me, but when he said it, it validated it for me tremendously. So I would love to work. I'd love to grab Scott and just say, work with me. But that would be so selfish of me because Scott's such a great teacher that the world needs him. And I'm getting to be too old to do physical mediumship anyway, because it is a lot on the body.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long I would even be able to do it. If I was younger, you
want to train me?
I would probably, you got to go take classes with Scott.
I know.
If I was a lot younger, I would probably go, I'd probably go move to England and go sit in circle with Scott weekly.